new Category 5 strength hurricane is churning across the Pacific Ocean and in its path, Mexico and parts of the U.S. state of Texas. Let's turn to our meteorologist, Pedro Javaheri. He joins us now from the CNN Weather Center, keeping a very close eye on this Category 5. Pedro, who is in the path of this?
Yeah, it's almost there. It's sitting at 155 miles per hour, so negligible difference between that and 157, which is what dictates a Category 5. But Willa is not alone. Of course, just to the south, we have Vicente lined up as well. But I want to talk about Willa because very similar to what we saw with Hurricane Michael at landfall. Exact same wind speeds, of course, exact category, and we're talking about a storm that went from a Category 1 to a Category 4 within a 36-hour period. Once again, similar to what we saw from Hurricane Michael just about 2 weeks ago. But this particular system sitting just west of Manzanillo, Mexico, and at this point, you look at this alone, of course, across the Pacific, Eastern Pacific in particular, we've had 10 major hurricanes so far in 2018, tying second all-time, and only one major hurricane behind 2015 for the all-time record. But we do have hurricane watches, hurricane warnings in place. Tupan onto Mazatlan, of course, very prominent areas from Puerto Vallarta north to Punta Mita and eventually to Mazatlan across this region where we have a lot of tourists this time of year. And unfortunately, the system is slated to gradually move in the direction of that region. And we think it'll weaken just a little bit. So at least bring it potentially down to a Category 3, still a major hurricane at landfall just south of Mazatlan. That would be late Tuesday going into Wednesday. And certainly that story is just a part of what's happening here on the coast of Mexico. To the south, Tropical Storm Vicente parked in place. The good news with this one, it is going to be predominantly a rainmaker. The bad news is that Willa to the north will produce so much rainfall, potentially as much as 2 feet in a few spots, that even if this comes in as a tropical depression, the rain on top of a recently landfalling major hurricane is not going to be good news across that region, Rosemary.
It certainly isn't. We thank you, Pedro, for keeping a very close eye on this and keeping us updated on the situation. Thanks again.